Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Gachie Skyman TV, the tallest man in back Africa. William Samuel Ruto appointed the former Treasury CS, Henry ROTICH, as his fiscal and economic and budget whatever advisor. And this appointment has elicited a lot of angry reactions from Kenyans. Wakenya wengi wamekasirishwa na uteuzi huu wa William Samuel Ruto. And this is coming at a time when Henry ROTICH was cleared by the anti-corruption court that ni mweupe kama paba, yeye hana kosa lolote, and he has nothing to do with Aror and Kimwarel Dam. Lakini hata baada ya mahakama ya ufisadi, baada ya ile mahakama kutupilia bali ile kesi, bado Wakenya wengi hawakuridhika na uamuzi huu. So, why is William Samuel Ruto appointing him at this time? You remember, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta had issues with his CS Treasury. You remember very well that wakati hawa watu wawili, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta and William Samuel Ruto, 2013, when they won the elections, remember they were in white shirts and red ties when they were naming the cabinet, and the cabinet was shared 50-50. So it was a government of equal shareholders, whereby William Samuel Ruto appointed Henry ROTICH as the man in charge of the state coffers, only for him to be involved in issues that raised so many questions that ended up in court. And then the anti-corruption court, they cleared him. And ladies and gentlemen, why is William Samuel Ruto doing this? Because when you look at William Samuel Ruto has been doing things that are not satisfying Kenyans. Amekuwa akifanya uteuzi, ukianza na baraza la mawaziri, akiwateua watu ambao wengine wakiwa na kesi, which are very, very serious cases in court. Though currently Henry ROTICH does not have a case in court, there are also issues that are not very clear. And the first questions that Kenya should ask themselves: was money lost in Arol and Kimwarel Dam? And if money was lost, because according to William Samuel Ruto, only 7 billion were lost, and according to Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, the government lost 63 billion shilling. What happened is that the Israeli government was supposed to fund 100% of these projects. But it is believed that William Samuel Ruto and William Samuel Ruto and the others managed to convince Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta that the government, this issue was about 50% Israeli funding and 50% Kenyan funding. And now, when you look at it, that's the question that Kenya should be asking. Was money lost? And if money was lost, who was the CS Treasury? And who should be blamed? Is it Gachie Skyman? No. Is it Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta? No. It is the man who was at the helm of the Treasury. And this is, whether he was involved directly or indirectly, he carries the blame. And that means that he should not be elected, should not be appointed in such an influential docket. So why is William Samuel Ruto doing this? Because I've said, wengine hata waliingia katika baraza la mawaziri wakiwa na kesi hizi. The first thing in my view, these are the kind of people I strongly believe who are supporting or financing William Samuel Ruto in the campaign. How William Samuel Ruto was able to sustain a campaign for 5 years. In fact, William Samuel Ruto started campaigning in 2016. And there are fears that he was going to contest in 2017. But he was convinced by people to support Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta for the second time. No sooner than Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta was sworn in, than William Samoei Ruto started campaigning and coming up with his lineup. And that is how aliweza kupaga sehemu za Mlima Kenya. If you look at Mlima Kenya, utaona kwamba those leaders, those politicians who are very influential were kicked out. Akina Kabogo, akina Waitito, Wegi, akina Mwagweria. So what happened is that akawa na wale watu ambao ni watu wanauliza maswali mengi kuwahusu, wale watu ambao hawana ushawishi mkubwa. And that is how he managed to contain the votes of the mountain. So how he was able to sustain a campaign that lasted for more than 5 years is a question that baffles many historians and political analysts and many strategists. So he must have been getting a lot of funding. And I strongly believe it is now time kuambia asanteni sana, isipokuwa ni nyinyi singekuwa rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya. So he is actually appreciating them. He is rewarding them. Ni pale ambapo because I strongly believe that William Samoei Ruto must have promised them good jobs, maybe some of them in the cabinet. But as fate would have it, because some of them had cases, some of them, the cases could not be stopped abruptly or immediately. They had to wait, and that is why they are now being rewarded. So he is now keeping the promise of what he promised these guys. But again, he could be preparing them for elective post in 2027. I strongly believe people like Henry ROTICH are going to vie, maybe as a governor, maybe as a member of parliament, or maybe, who knows, but these are kind of guys that you expect to vie for elective post leadership after the first term, that is during the 2027 general elections. Hadi watu ambao utawaona. That reason, in my view, anataka wabaki katika wigu lake, wabaki katika mlego wake. Once they remain in UDA, they are going to refinance him again. So it is just a way of ensuring that they don't join other camps. Because unajua hawa watu ambao wako na pesa nyingi sana, hawa watu ambao ni maarufu sana, wana mifuko mizito, wana gweje, wana hela, wana darahimu, wakati ambapo wanaingia katika mlego mwingine, it is usually a big blow. That is why you look at somebody like Wajigi. When you look at somebody like Wajigi, you realize that because of his deep pockets, he is able to influence a lot of and he was able to influence also a lot of policies during the first term of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta and William Samoei Ruto. That is why he tells us that serikali iligawanwa akiwa kwake, alisaidia kuunda hiyo serikali. It is true. So if these people who are very rich, if they are not going to be in your camp, it will be a big blow to you. So to keep them in your camp, you must keep on rewarding them. So this is what William Samoei Ruto is doing. Again, the fact that hani watu ambao wamekuwa pale, they understand what happens in treasury. Wanajua kule pesa zinaibiwa, wanajua vile pesa zinaibwa, and they know these loopholes. So somehow William Samoei Ruto anaweza kuwa anawaleta pale ili wamsaidie labda kujaribu kuone. Unajua pesa zinaibwa sana, we agree, all said and done. Kwa sababu you cannot tell me that the government can withdraw 147 billion without the authorization of parliament, without the authority of parliament, without going through parliament. You cannot tell me that this money is being used in the right way. This money is being embezzled. This money is being stolen. These people, what people don't know is that 1 billion is a lot of money. If you carry 1,000 shilling notes with a pickup, bilioni moja, nafikiri bilioni moja haiwezi katoshea kwa pickup. And I start to be corrected. It's a lot of money, by the way. It's a lot of money. So what is happening is that William Samoei Ruto is trying to seal these loopholes, and once he seal these loopholes, maybe this money can end up maybe trying to save shilingi moja hapa pale na pale. Kwa sababu if the country continues like this country is going to collapse. It is going to collapse on our faces. It is going to collapse as we watch. So when we see William Samoei Ruto appointing some of these guys, and by the way, what people don't know, some of these guys, not that they don't know what should be done, but they have chosen not to do to do it. And unajua kuna watu ambao wako na uwezo, wako na nguvu. Like now when you look at William Samoei Ruto has a lot of energy. But the problem is, this energy is not used in the right way. This energy is used na njia zingine ambazo hazina faida kwa taifa. Kwa sababu ukiangalia, people will still continue asking these questions. Bona, is it that Kenya does not have people of integrity? Kwa sababu ukichunguza kwa undani, utaona ya kwamba the perception is very important. Perception as far as governance is concerned is very, very important. Because when it comes to governance, the way people perceive or interpret issues is very, very important. So, when you look at Kenyans, how do they perceive Henry ROTICH? Is it a very good man? What is the perception? Incorruptible? Is that the perception? I leave it to you, ladies and gentlemen. Again, when you look at the cabinet, how do Kenyans perceive the William Samoei Ruto's cabinet? Do you see John Mishoki here? Do you see Joe Muchero? Do you see Matiang'i? Do you see Makoha? Do you see these people who are Kina Karisa Maitha? Do you see people like Raila Amolo Odinga? Are these the kind of people? Do they inspire anything? Because the question is, hawa jamaa wako pale kuharibu, kupora, to steal, to destroy, and destroy. That is my take, ladies and gentlemen. As usual, I ask you just one thing. Please like this video and have a lovely evening. Bye-bye.